Prep 1 students, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss one of the projects demanded by the Ministry of Education, mainly the third project, which is the environment. As you know that last time we discussed together, or we talked about improving the scientific and technological environment. Today we're going to discuss and talk about the environment and how to do your project. You have already received the format for doing your projects. I want first to remind you. First of all, you're going to write the title. As I told you many times, that the title should be attractive and interesting. Okay? Then, after choosing an interesting, attractive title, you will write it once in English and once in Arabic. Then, you write your code or your codes if you are more than one. And this part is the introduction. The introduction, as we said in the last project, that it should be written once in English and once in Arabic. You should remember that. Okay. Here you are going to talk about the environment. You are going to give a general idea about your project. You can define the environment. That environment is known as all the surroundings. It's also defined as the place in which humans live. We know that the environment involves living and non-living things interacting in a continuous or a constant way all the time. Living things such as people, animals, trees, and non-living things such as air, water, and soil. We know that God had made the environment an accurate and a balanced system. But because of the misuse of people for the environment and polluting it, for example, the human desire waste disposal, logging, cutting down the trees, and other actions that have seriously damaged the environment. I'm giving you just ideas. You can surf the net. You can find more interesting topics about it. Okay? If you want to talk about the conservation of the environment, how to look after the environment, how to stop pollution, it would be a good idea. This concerning the introduction, you write it once in Arabic, once in English, or once in English and once in Arabic. Okay, the introduction should be 70 or 80 words. If you want to write more than 80, it's okay. Okay, the minister has said that, but not less than 70. Okay, then we, after writing the introduction once in English and once in Arabic, here the research components, you're going to write 700 till 800 words. Okay, the research components should be written in English, except for the information related to SSA, Social Studies Arabic, and the Arabic language. Okay, any information you will use in your project extracted from Arabic language or Social Studies Arabic, okay, you write it in Arabic. Okay, so in this part you are going to discuss the points mentioned in the project by the Ministry of Education. So let's remember together these points. The third project, the environment. Okay. Here is an introduction. Like, environment involves many constantly interacting elements with each phenomenon being affected by a number of factors. Starting from, so the environment is affected by many factors, starting from the chemical reactions and at the labs to economic activities in a certain society. Okay, so according to what you have studied and the available resources, again concerning the resources, you can use the Egyptian Knowledge Bank, surf the internet, Wikipedia, Google, the school's book. Okay, you can use the school book, science book, any books related to the school. Okay, so according to what you have studied and the available resources, do a research which should include, so these points, okay, you will write in the research components. Okay, the first one, you should make a clarification of the effects of chemical reactions on the environment. The first point, a clarification of the effects of chemical reactions on the environment and the various elements of the climate with statics included in the research and graphs showing this. Concerning the graphs, here if you want, you have two small images, you can here put a photo or a graph, and here also you have another one, a big one, so you can use it to put images you downloaded from the website and so on. Okay, the second point is writing. You should write some conservations, some tips, advices. Give your friends advice in Arabic and in another foreign language. Okay, so this point, you are going to write some tips, some pieces of advice. Okay, how to conserve, about the conservation of the environment. Okay, you write it once in Arabic and once in English, so here it's clear. Okay, concerning this part, use what you have studied in math. So this part related to math, so it would be in English because you studied math in English. Okay, use what you have studied in math to calculate and make a graph. Make a graph. Okay, and this graph, you will show an aspect of your research. Okay, the last point, okay, you're going to write a short essay to explain the information and the concept attained through your research. And this point, the last one, this point, you are going to write it right here. So the last point, after you do your research, you write the research components, you are going to yes, here the results or learning outcomes. As we said before, learning outcomes, what you have learned from doing the project. So again, the results or learning outcomes, 40 or 60 words. If you want to write more, no problem, but not less than 40. Okay, so again, pay attention. This point, write a short essay to explain the information and the concepts attained through your research. Okay, so the last point, you will write it in the learning outcomes, okay, which is in English. Okay, so, and after that, after you write the results or the learning outcome, at the end of your research, you are going to write the references or the resources that you used. Can be school books, any website you have used. Okay, and that was for today. I hope that I could help you with understanding how to do this research project about the environment. Okay, stay safe, good luck, and goodbye till we meet again.